Yeah, good morning, everyone. Uh, we had seen yesterday US market correcting. Uh, the impact of the employment figure which came on Friday was visible yesterday. Apart from that, the expectations of the quarterly results which will be starting in the US also is now getting factored in. People are less bullish on this quarter result as compared to what has happened in the previous quarter. Previous two quarter we saw extraordinary increase in the earning in the US market, whereas this quarter people are comparatively not expecting such type of similar performance in the quarterly results. As such, even the futures of the US markets are also soft. And if we see the today Asian markets, uh, they are also a bit negative. And in commodity, if we see, oil continue to trade at 83, whereas aluminum and copper in China were up by around 1%, and iron ore was flat, and steel is down by around 2%. So now I'll request first to technical team to take up from here.
Yes, sir. Good morning, all of you. See, yesterday we see market is trading in positive zone, and again, our second half we see some profit booking, and today we also see some profit booking because Nifty trading in higher zone and above 18,000 plus range is a next immediate resistance for Nifty. But downside, Nifty has important support zone around 17,840, 17,800. If Nifty gap down and sustain this level, then we see the sideways momentum maybe take a support at this level. But below 17,800, then selling pressure will be the increase. Do we expect Nifty open a gap down, but we wait for breakdown that is 17,800 800 at downside. If Nifty sustain this level and again close above 17,900, then we expect upside momentum towards 18,050 and 18,130 level. So we can watch for the first 1 hour, and if Nifty sustain this level 18,900 level and trading above this range, then we can expect bounce back. Otherwise, Nifty trading between the 17,900 and 17,800 at downside. Bank Nifty also trading near the resistance zone and immediate support place at 38,000. Bank Nifty sustain this level, then we expect again Nifty trading towards the 38 670 39,000 in upside. Below 38,000, Bank Nifty next important support zone place at 37 680 37 350. So first 20 to 1 hour wait for Nifty sustain these important support zone, both index Nifty and Bank Nifty. Then you take a position. Don't go short at immediate after gap down. Wait 20 30 minutes and then take a position. Nifty Finance also trading near the resistance zone. We yesterday also see that profit booking last half an hour. So downside immediate support place around 18,500, and the next important support zone is 18,400. Upside 18,650 is the next important resistance for Nifty Finance. Overall market trading in resistance zone in upper side. So we can see the Nifty and Bank Nifty and Nifty Finance take a time for new breakout. So we can expect Nifty trading in sideways zone after gap down, and if Nifty cover the important resistance level is break in both Nifty and Bank Nifty, then we expect further bounce back coming 1 to 2 trading session. And stock specific, ITC looks positive at current level again. Upside 245 to 240 and upside is the next target. Downside 230 is an important support zone for ITC. Tata Motors also looks positive at current level. If any chance gap down Tata Motors, we expect upside 430 440 level in upside. Downside 400 is an important support zone for Tata Motors. Amar Raja battery is breakout 764 level and close above that important level. So we expect Amar Raja in positive side. Upside, we expect 1 to 2 trading session in 1800 plus target. Downside, 750 is an important support zone for Amar Raja. That's it for technical. Dairy to Kagan carry.
Yeah, thank you, Vikas. See, on the derivative front, looking at the overall open interest has come down. So not much worry there. PCRY is still at comfortable levels. The only real difference or the indicator is the VIX. The VIX had gone up to 18.5 levels. It has come down. It has cooled off towards the 15.5 levels. But yesterday, even after a rally of about 100 points, the VIX has gone up to 16 levels. That is one area of concern. Another area is that we couldn't close above this 18,000 levels. We briefly touched 18,000, moved above it, but could not close above the same. The highest call base around the 18,000 levels suggests some sort of resistance around this area. And that is where that profit booking came in. And with the SGX down today, we might see some more selling coming in. But 17,800 level is a strong support area on the downside. However, if 17,800 is broken, you will see heightened selling pressure, aggressive selling pressure, which can take the index towards the 17,500 level. So 17,800 should be your stop losses for the long side. If that is broken, close out positions and look to short or close out positions, whatever is comfortable. From the stock specific front, again, I'm saying like yesterday, pharma sector as a whole seems to have bottomed out. I believe pharma should move up in the next few sessions. It might take 3-4 days more of consolidation, but overall, from the open interest front, seems to have finished its consolidation or the fall. So it is likely to move up here. That is one, and secondly, the telecom sector continues to look good. So Bharti and Reliance are likely to move up in the coming sessions. Even the PSU metals, they have really shared open interest in the last few sessions. So NMDC sale are likely to move up. So keep track on that. That's it from my side. I'd like to ask the fundamental team to continue this.
Good morning. Ujjivan Small Finance Bank has come up with Q2 update. The overall update is neutral, and so on the operational front, loan growth has been 3% quarter on quarter and just 4% year on year. So year on year 4% is because of the higher asset quality issue that the bank is facing, and so they have reduced their disbursements in last few quarters. CASA has inched up to around 22% from 16% year on year. But overall, since they have not given any asset quality details like collection efficiency, so it becomes difficult to judge on that front, and that is in fact more important for this particular bank, as their asset quality has been below the industry levels. So as such, neutral. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Yesterday, Krishna Diagnostics announced their results. This is a recently listed company in the diagnostic space. So result was declining. The revenues were declined 28% YOY. That was a major disappointment, though margins were stable at 29% or so. However, the valuations, it is trading at 50 times Q2 analyzed EPS, doesn't leave any much scope. So we expect the stock to react negatively in today's trade. Thank you.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Saregama has posted improved set of numbers for the quarter, with revenue growing by 38% Q on Q and 34% year on year. Higher sales led to higher EBITDA to the company. However, margins has dipped. Share is trading at 56.7 times TTM EPS. Thank you.
Good morning. Tata Metallics reported declining set of numbers for the quarter. EBITDA came at rupees 99.8 crores, down by 35% sequentially. The margins came at 15.5% versus 25.5% sequentially and 21% year on year. The share is trading at EV by EBITDA of 6.28 times FY23 EBITDA. JSW reported its production numbers for the quarter. The crude steel production came at 5.07 million tons, up by 29% year on year on a consolidated basis. The capacity utilization at standalone level was at 91% for the quarter. During the quarter, Vijayanagar Works had taken planned shutdown for campaign repairs for two of its converters uh, and one of its blast furnace was also shut down, due to which the capacity utilization remained at an average of 91%. JSW ISPET special products production was lower, mainly due to shutdown of power plant for maintenance and its blast furnace for 3 days in Raigarh. Thank you.
Yeah, apart from this, yeah, Tata Metallic, as Avi said, reported declining set of number. In fact, the decline is very sharp. If you see, the margin has come off by from 25% to just 15%. So this is what the cost push, which is impacting the margins of steel companies, which are basically dependent on coking coal. So the coking coal prices must have impacted the performance of Tata Metallic, and this can happen for the other steel company as well. So one need to be watchful on other steel companies' result also, which may see some impact on account of increasing cost. Apart from that, the other company which announced yesterday result was Delta Corp. In fact, the operations were shut, and as such, the performance was continued to remain declining. But going forward in the third quarter, things are likely to show substantial improvement, as the gaming zone has already started operations, and third quarter is generally a very good quarter for Delta Corp. So the result is in the third quarter is likely to be good. And then results on 14th. So Century Textile is likely to report number on 14th, and here textile, that is fabric division, is likely to show poor number, as yarn prices has increased substantially. But apart from that, the other business, that is the property business, is likely to show improvement in this particular quarter, as the property prices are showing indications of revival. And apart from that, even the paper business is also likely to show improvement in this quarter. So overall results are likely to show improvement. Apart from that, Cient is likely to report number, and just a second. Yeah, Cient is likely to report number, and here the revenue growth is expected at around 4% quarter on quarter in dollar terms, and margins are also likely to show some improvement quarter on quarter from around 100 and around 50 bips quarter on quarter improvement. Margin improvement is driven by the higher growth, which is likely to come in this quarter. So overall result is likely to be improving. Apart from that, HCL Tech is likely to report number. Here again, numbers are likely to be showing improvement. Revenue growth is expected at around 5.1% quarter on quarter, which is, if it comes, then will be considered good. And margins are also likely to be stable. Even company has given some wage increase in the Q2. Even thereafter, the margins are likely to be more of a stable quarter on quarter. So overall result is likely to show improvement. Then we have results of Mahindra CI on the 14th, and here what we are seeing that the expectation is that revenue is likely to increase by around 2% quarter on quarter, and margin is also likely to remain stable. So considering the environment for the auto sector, these results will indicate that the performance is better if these type of numbers comes. So result is likely to be better in this particular quarter. Then there is a result on 15th is a holiday, and then 16th we have two large company results. That is HDFC Bank is likely to report result on Saturday. Here results are likely to be okay, wherein NII is likely to grow by around 11% year on year. PBP is likely to, that is profit before provisioning, is likely to grow by around 15%. Provisions, that is the credit cost, is likely to come off quarter on quarter in this particular quarter, and PAT is likely to grow by around 16%. Asset quality is likely to remain stable. So more of a stable type of number is expected from the HDFC Bank. Then Avenue Super Smart is likely to report, that is the DMart is likely to report number. We had already seen that the revenue growth company has already given, that is at around over 40% year-on-year growth in the revenue has already been announced by the company, and the key thing to be watched will be the margin expansions. So margins are likely to improve to around 7.7% with the revival of the business from 4.3% in last quarter and 6.2% in the previous quarter, but still it is lower than the yearly target margins of around 8% plus. So there is a possibility of that the further improvement in margin can be possible in the coming quarter with the change in the product mix. So overall results are likely to be showing improvement for Avenue Super Smart. Apart from that, yesterday we released outlook on the overall market. Herein what we are seeing or what we are arguing is that no doubt the scenario up till now was very good, but considering the way the prices of the commodities are increasing, they are increasing very much substantially in recent past, though they were continuously increasing since last 1.5 years, but the pace of increase in the last 2-3 months has increased substantially, specifically for the energy commodities like coal or oil and even gases. And apart from that, the other commodities are also getting clue from these energy prices increase and transportation cost increase. So what we are seeing that the increase in the cost is likely to have an impact both on inflation side and the corporate performance or the profitability side. So one need to be careful in near term. What we see that going forward from here for the near term, one should be very cautious, considering that the cost push can have an impact on the corporate performance in the Q2 or maybe Q3 performance in the results as well. So one need to be careful going forward from here. Valuations are already quite stretched. And if we see result performance getting impacted because of the corporate, because of these cost push, then can have a negative impact on the share prices as well. So we had given a cautious outlook in the outlook what we had released yesterday. So that's all from us, and thank you very much and have a good day.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.